Hello everyone, just want to make a quick video on how to use the prime regrading lens and also secondary regrading lens. So what they are used for is that prime regrading lens can convert a regular scale gem into a different quality. So if I use it on this anonymous summon scalar bots, it can either go into divergent or it can go into normal because there is no phantasmal summer scalar bots. If I use and secondary grading lens are used for support gems. So if I use it on this anonymous cast when damage taken support, it can go to normal or it can go to divergent. So the key thing about divergent is that it is worth. Oh, that's a divergent one. Key thing about divergent is divergent ones are worth a lot of money. Like usually one skill gem is worth more than the other, so there's always going to be a profit. Okay, so how to find what gem to use it on? What I do is I just go on PoE Ninja, and then I go to gems, and I say okay. I will say level 20 because that's a good place to start to filter all the other different ones. Not corrupted, 20 quality, so there's only one, and I look at what's the most expensive, right? So cast when damage taken, pretty expensive. Wrath, well, Wrath is a bad example. We'll just take a look at why. So we take a look at cast when damage taken, right? So if you go to wiki for every gem, there is the gem quality and then there's a weighting. So that means if I use a secondary regrading lens on a superior gem, it have a 1 in 6 chance of going into divergent, which is what we want, and a 5 in 6 chance of going into anonymous, which is what we don't want. The weighting there is okay, but if you see, if we go from anonymous, it have a better weighting to go into divergent. So 2 out of 7 and into good, and then 5 out of 7, which is bad. And then if we take a look at a bad example, for example, Wrath. Where's the gem quality one? Yeah, here. So only divergent Wrath is worth a lot. Anonymous is worth a little bit, but it's not enough. Or actually, maybe it is. Let me just double check. So Wrath. Oops. Wrath. Corrupted. Nope. So divergent is worth the most, 7 divines, and anonymous is worth like basically nothing. So yeah, it's basically not worth it because the weighting of what we want is way too low, so that is not worth it, right? So here, let's see, I have prepared some cast when damage taken supports. Just for reference, I bought the secondary grading lens at 1.6 divines each. I got the cast when damage taken support at half a divine each, excuse me, and I got. And for the profit, if I hit it, I will gain a what's it called? I will gain a 7 point. We'll just do some math on screen, well, because that always works out. So 2 out of 7, so 5 out of 7 chance lose. We end a 2 out of 7 chance win. So if we lose, then that means each time we lose both the regrading lens and the gem. So each gem is half a divine, each regrading lens is 1.6, so that means each loss is 2.1 div, and each win loss is 2.7 div, win is let's see, or sorry, loss is 2.1 div. So these sell for 9.3 divines each. These 9 divines are just AFK, so it doesn't really matter. It sells for 1 divines each, and or 9 divines each. So 9 subtracted by 2.1, which is the cost to get both of these things, is 9.3. Sorry, because that's what I sell them at. 9.3 minus 2.1, that's a 7.2 div profit. Win 7.2 div. And then we factor in the weighting, so 2.1 times 5 gives you 10.5, so per 7 tries, I should say. I spelled try wrong. So that means a loss of 10.5 div, and a win of 7.2, 14 times 14.4 div. So that is 3.9 div of profit per 7 tries, 3.9. And 3.9 divided by 7, which is equal to 55, so 0.55 div per try. Okay, so basically every time we use the secondary grading lens on this cast one damage taken part, it'll have a normally 0.55 divine profit per try. We have 14 here, so out of 14, I should be hitting 4 that are anonymous, or sorry, that are divergent. So we'll try our luck out. But first, I just want to say the other thing is that because I want to keep all the gambles in one part, right? But first, there's also the thing you can go talk to Lily Ruth. You can buy a cast on damage taken support, quality it up to 1, then use one of these orbs on it to see what you get. So if you do that, then here are the things, right? So we take a look at the wiki page. We have 5 out of 6 loss and a 1 out of 6 win. Okay, so for every loss, you will have a for every loss you will lose the just 1.6 divines because the if you bought it from Lily is basically free, so loss 1.6 div, and then if you win, you should get what is it, 7.2 minus 1.6, which is 9.3 minus 1.6, which is 1.7 divine for lose. Win is 7.7 divines. Okay, so on average you have 5 tries. 1.6 times 5 is 8 div loss. Alright, yeah, 1 times 5 is 5, so 8 div loss and 7.7 win. So on average, if you try it for 6 times, you will lose 0.3 divines per 7 tries, or per 6 tries actually, which is not the best. So you should always use it on anonymous when you can, and it's a profit of 0.5 divines each. I'll just put this somewhere else just so it doesn't get put in the other ones. And same thing here, right? I just bought some other skill gems just to show you what else you can use it on. These should all be profitable. I bought these at half a divine each, so if I hit anything that is not normal, then it's good quality. And one last thing I want to show you before I actually start the gambling part is that for summon skeletons, summon skeleton is a really weird example, just because all the weightings are exactly the same. So superior, anomalous, divergent, or phantasmal is the same. So if you basically start off with any gem, you should have a 1 in 3 chance to hit what is good, which is the anonymous one, anomalous one, right? So if these cost if these things cost half a divine each, and it takes 3 to hit anomalous, then that means it's a 1.5 divine cost, and the anomalous one sells for 2 divines each. So for every 3 hits, you will profit half a divine. So that's 0.16 divines per click, ideally. Okay, so now let's get the gambling part. We have 14 secondary grading lens versus 14 secondary grading lens versus 14 cast 1 damage taken support. Just want to make sure they're all anomalous so I don't get screwed over. So 1 click per try. And again, because there are 14, I am expecting to have 4 to break even. Okay, if I have less than 4, then I just got unlucky. But ideally, each click is 0.55 divines of profit. Bad, 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 bad. Oh, good, good, bad, bad, good, bad, bad. All right, so that is a that went a bit unlucky. I only hit 3, so that is probably a net loss for me. Except I'll just do that later. Actually, I'll pause the video. Alright, so sale is made. So again, you win some, you lose some. The expected is 4, but I only got 3, so I probably lost on it's like 7 divines or something. That doesn't really matter. Over a long enough period of time, I will make my money back. So just a math thing. You shouldn't do this if you don't have any currency to lose. So again, just part of gambling, right? You win some, you lose some. So we have 4 divergent cast 1 damage taken, actually 3, and then I grab 1 from my stash. So here we just use it on these things. Anonymous, bad, 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 bad. Okay, bad. Okay, good, bad. 2, 3. Okay, so my luck is exceptionally terrible today. So on each of these clicks, if I hit it, which is a 1 in 6 chance, then I should be getting something good, right? So if it's 1 in 6, then so that's 1 in 6. I should have hit like almost 2.5, but I only hit 1. So that again, that's another big lose for me. Big L, taking all the L's today. So summer skeletons. Each one of these you're expected to use 3, and then you should get a anomalous one, which is a 0.6 divine profit per click, ideally. Good, good, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, so lucky it's not on my turn today, so we probably lost around we lost some currency, but again, if you do enough of these, it will even itself out. So I'm not really terribly concerned. It's just a luck of a draw, so to speak. Again, I am a mathematician. It will even out. It will even itself out eventually. Let's just see if I have any other topics. So, I